The Tennessee Volunteers signed Legend Bey in December, but they quickly released him from his national letter of intent so he could sign with the Ohio State Buckeyes. For a couple of days last December, it looked like the Tennessee Vols had pulled off a massive heist by swiping four-star athlete Legend Bey from the Ohio State Buckeyes. Bey was originally a Vols commit before flipping to Ohio State last November before flipping to Tennessee during the early signing period in December. The flip, however, was full of drama as it was reportedly his mom who was behind the decision. Tennessee, recognizing that Rocky Top isn't where Bey wanted to be, did the right thing and released the talented athlete from his national letter of intent so he could sign with Ohio State. It was a tough loss at the time for the Vols, but it could actually end up helping Tennessee this summer in their pursuit of 2027 five-star running back David Gabriel Georges, a player that Ohio State is also strongly pursuing. I noted earlier this week that Ohio State isn't the best fit for Gabriel Georges due to the presence of running back Bo Jackson on the Buckeyes roster. Jackson rushed for over 1,000 yards as a true freshman in 2025 while establishing himself as one of the top players in college football. He'll be a junior in 2027 when Gabriel Georges is a true freshman. It's been made clear that Gabriel Georges wants, and based on his talent, deserves, a featured role as a true freshman. But Ohio State probably can't offer that with Jackson on the roster. There's also the nil aspect. Would Ohio State commit nearly $4 million to running backs in 2027? If I'm the starting running back as a true freshman, and I showed a hell of a ceiling and a hell of a trajectory to being a great player at Ohio State, and all of a sudden I find out you're offering some high school recruit at my position double what I'm making, said former Ohio State assistant-turned-podcaster Zach Smith this week while discussing Jackson and Gabriel Georges. That's where I can't imagine the kid, Gabriel Georges, says no to Tennessee. Ohio State didn't pay $2 million for Jeremiah Smith. They don't pay high school recruits that much money. Bey is also likely going to be a featured player in the Buckeyes' backfield in 2027. The former four-star recruit is listed as a running back, though he can also line up at receiver if needed, on Ohio State's roster, and he's expected to play a key role as a true freshman this fall. He should absolutely be an impact player in some capacity for Ohio State this fall if he stays healthy, wrote Letterman Rose Alex Gleitman of Bey this week. I'm curious to see how the Buckeyes line Bey up in camp. He's a running back, but like Samuel can flex out to the slot and do a lot of creative things. He's too good not to get touches. We're excited to see how that unfolds. With Jackson dominating carries in the backfield, and Bey likely receiving some running back reps as well, there just won't be enough carries for Gabriel Georges to be the type of player as a true freshman that he sees himself being. Gabriel Georges is going to be a star wherever he goes. He could go to Idaho and still be a top 10 pick in the NFL draft in a few years. No offense to the Vandals, the Kibby Dome is cool as hell. The path to being a star, though, is clearer at Tennessee than it is at Ohio State. And that's in part because the Buckeyes landed Bey over the Vols last December. College football, man. Everything impacts everything in some way it seems. This article was originally published on A to Z Sports. Read the full story here. Why losing Legend Bey to Ohio State is helping the Tennessee Vols this summer. Copyright 2026 A to Z Sports.